What's up, guys? Jeff from Texas Moto Works, the Kawasaki Concourse. I've become kind of an expert on the Concourse. I've had 5 of them. I know all their little idiosyncrasies and issues and weak points, but I've really come to love the bike. Let's talk about this one. So, did you like that? Did you like that transfer right there? So, and by the way, guys, I switched back. I'm back to my Android phone for videos. I tried the Insta360. I was just never having a need for the 360 degree. So, back to my phone for a little while. I think I'm going to go with the DJI Osmo. That's going to be next. But anyway, let's get to the bike. So, 2004 Concourse. I think this is the 5th one. I've had an 86, an 00, an 01, an 04, and then this one. This one's an 04. It's the second to the last year of the model run. I can't remember if they made him an 05. I think maybe it is the last year of the model run. 04 is. You'd think I'd have 5 of them by now. I would know. But anyway, this one kind of a weird. I did my normal stuff to it, and in the past, this is the pair system. And basically it's an emissions thing. Basically what it did was it used vacuum from the vacuum ports on the carbs, and then it would go into I don't know what you'd call it. It's right here. And what it would do is it would draw excess fumes or it would be fumes or dirty air from there's reed valves in here, and then it would circle them through and burn it, kind of like an EGR system in a car. Well, I always block them off, and in the past I got the trick block off plates. They're like $30. But what I did on this one is I just used the stock ones, plugged them up. I used some really good sealer inside of there and put these trick little caps on it. It makes the bikes run considerably better. They don't pop like they normally will pop on deceleration and downshifting. That kind of got away from it. And one thing I always notice, it just really kind of improves the idle. Without that, they have a weird kind of like a scavenging idle to them. This one just runs like a champ. I think it's almost out of gas, but anyway, so I did that. But what was odd about this bike is I found oil inside plug 3 and plug 4 inside where the spark plug goes, deep. In fact, number 3, it was like all the way up to the brim. So what I think happened is somebody did a valve job on it. Probably not, because when I checked the valves, the exhaust valves were all tight, pretty tight. But I think what happened was they didn't seat the valve cover. There's sealers on the bottom of each hole, rubber O-rings that seal up, and I think what was happening, I think they missed that, and oil was coming from the engine seeping in there and filling that up. Anyway, I fixed that, did the valves, put new plugs in it, cleaned it all out, and then I ultrasoniced the carbs, which probably didn't need to be done. The way the bike was running, I thought the carbs were bad, but when I got the carbs apart, they were pretty clean. But once you plug these off, then you don't need the octopus of hoses that go to each vacuum port, so I plugged those off as well, and then just cleaned it up. I set the floats on the carbs. I opened up the mix screws. They're at 2 turns now, and just basically went through and cleaned everything. I'm fixing an issue on the fairing. So this had a small, like a low speed crash on this side, and there was a crack here. I've actually got that fixing, as they say, it's fixing with JB Weld, my favorite friend, JB Weld. And I've got a new turn signal coming because they had kind of, it's in the trash right now, but they kind of tried to get the turn signal to work. I don't know what they used. It looked like bubble gum, but I've got a new turn signal coming, be able to put that back together. And then there was some rash here, and I think what I'm going to do, I already ordered the color for here to touch this up. I'm going to sand it down, touch this up. But what I'm going to do, I was thinking just getting the original color. It's hard to find the original color. But I think what I'm going to do is give this bike some pop. That's like a black tri-coat with kind of a blue tinge to it. But I think I'm going to shoot this in yellow. And I just think it'll kind of wake the bike up, just, without going too crazy. If it was yellow down there, I don't know, I just think it would look cool. I'm color sanding out some scratches. There were some scratches in the front. I'm color sanding out. I got to color sand out the tailpiece, but it came with the passenger backrest, which was an option. Came with the rack. I might take both of these off just to clean up everything back here and just to give it a clean look. But they're neat bikes. I enjoy them. They're fun to ride. They're smooth. They're relatively fast. They aren't as fast as, you know, the second gen Concourse were 1400s. They were no joke. But I don't know. They're just good bikes. I like them. I know a lot about them, and this one should clean up nice. It's never been over. What's amazing is they crashed it, but it didn't take out, no rash on that, which is good because these are beautiful on these bikes. So anyway, coming back together, and those of you with a sharp eye, you will recognize this engine. This engine was first introduced in the 1984 900 Ninja, and it was a big deal when it came out because it was so much narrower than everything else at the time. And I forget the way how they did that, but basically they tucked everything out. You know, bikes at that time, they had the alternator was sticking out here, or the points cut, and then, you know, they just really narrowed it down. That was a big deal. The 900 Ninja was kind of a game changer bike, and then the 600 Ninja came out, and that really just kind of knocked the whole sport bike community on its ear. And then the GSX-R came out. Now we could go on for hours talking about that. But anyway, so that's that. So if you're looking for one, I've got one. Come get it. Bring money. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Take care.